The Buddha sat beneath the great Bodhi tree, serene in his meditation. A troubled disciple approached, his face etched with worry. "Master, I struggle with attachment. My mind clings to desires, fears, and memories," he confessed. The Buddha opened his eyes, regarding the disciple with gentle wisdom. "Tell me, what do you hold so tightly?" "I fear losing my status, my belongings, and those dear to me," the disciple admitted. The Buddha reached for a small stone, holding it in his palm. "If I grip this tightly, what happens?" The disciple observed his master's fingers tightening around the stone. "Your hand will ache. The pressure will cause pain." The Buddha nodded. "Yet if I release it," placing it gently on the ground, "what remains?" The disciple watched as the stone rested untouched on the earth. Nothing changes. The stone simply rests. Attachment is like gripping this stone, the Buddha explained. Pain arises from clinging to what is impermanent. The disciple's brow furrowed. "But if I let go, will I not lose all I cherish?" "You do not lose it," the Buddha assured him. "You simply free yourself from unnecessary suffering." The disciple breathed deeply, contemplating the lesson. "Yet, emotions tie me to my attachments. How can I overcome this?" The Buddha gestured toward a flowing stream nearby. Water does not resist change. It flows, adapting to its course. The disciple studied the stream. "I see it moves naturally, never grasping at rocks or obstacles." "Just so," the Buddha said. "Your heart must flow like the stream, accepting change, letting go of resistance." The disciple frowned, still uncertain. "But my fears remain. How do I find peace?" The Buddha picked up a dried leaf, letting it fall into the stream. "Watch what happens." The disciple observed as the leaf drifted effortlessly, carried by the water. "It does not fight the current," the Buddha said. "It simply moves with life's unfolding path." The disciple exhaled. "Then I must learn to accept what comes and goes, without resistance." The Buddha smiled. "Yes. When you loosen your grasp, you discover freedom." The disciple bowed deeply. "Thank you, Master. I will reflect on this truth." The Buddha closed his eyes, returning to his silent meditation. The disciple sat beside him, feeling lighter than before. Another day, the Buddha walked along the riverbank, his steps quiet, his mind at peace. A disciple approached, his face troubled, his heart heavy with resentment. "Master, I feel anger toward one who has wronged me. I cannot release it," he admitted. The Buddha stopped and turned to him, his eyes calm and knowing. "Tell me, what do you gain by holding on to this anger?" the Buddha asked. The disciple hesitated. "I feel justified. I feel power in my resentment." The Buddha reached down and picked up a small stone. "If I hold this tightly, believing it is mine, what happens?" "You grow weary. Your hand aches," the disciple answered. The Buddha nodded. "Now, watch." He released the stone, letting it drop to the earth. "What do I lose?" the Buddha asked. The disciple studied the stone resting on the ground. "Nothing. It remains, but your hand is free." "Resentment is like clenching this stone," the Buddha explained. "It burdens the one who holds it, not the one who caused harm." The disciple frowned. "But if I forgive, will justice not be lost?" The Buddha pointed to the flowing river nearby. "See how the water moves forward. It does not hold on to what has passed." The disciple watched the current. "It carries away all things, never looking back." "Just so," the Buddha said. "Your heart must flow like the river, releasing what no longer serves you." "But I was hurt deeply," the disciple whispered. The Buddha lifted a fallen leaf, setting it upon the water's surface. "Watch," he instructed. The disciple observed the leaf drifting effortlessly, carried by the current. "It does not resist," the Buddha explained. "It moves naturally, accepting the course of the river." The disciple exhaled. "Then I must allow my heart to move forward, without clinging to past pain?" The Buddha smiled gently. Yes, in letting go, you find peace. The disciple bowed deeply. Thank you, Master. I will reflect upon this wisdom. The Buddha returned his gaze to the river, listening to its endless path forward. Another day, the Buddha sat in the monastery courtyard, his gaze calm, his presence unwavering. A merchant arrived, his expression burdened by doubt. Master, I seek wisdom, but my mind is clouded, he confessed. The Buddha lifted a bowl of clear water, setting it before the merchant. Peer into this water. Tell me what you see. The merchant leaned forward, studying the surface. I see my reflection, unchanged and still. The Buddha stirred the water gently, creating ripples across the surface. And now? The merchant frowned. The image distorts. I can no longer see myself clearly. The Buddha nodded. A troubled mind is like disturbed water, it cannot reflect truth with clarity. The merchant sighed. Then how do I still my thoughts and find understanding? The Buddha gestured toward the wind moving through the trees. Listen to the silence between the breeze. The merchant closed his eyes, focusing on the spaces between the rustling leaves. I hear it, a quiet presence within motion. When the mind ceases its resistance, the Buddha explained, wisdom arises like the silence within sound. The merchant opened his eyes. But doubts remain. How do I know if I walk the right path? The Buddha pointed to the sun rising beyond the mountains. Does the sun question whether it must rise? The merchant hesitated, then answered, no, it simply fulfills its nature. Just so, the Buddha said, wisdom is not found in questioning endlessly, but in acting with clear intent. The merchant inhaled deeply. Then I must embrace the present moment and walk forward without hesitation? The Buddha smiled. Yes. In stillness, direction reveals itself. The merchant bowed in gratitude. Thank you, Master. I will reflect upon your words. The Buddha returned to his quiet meditation, listening to the wind pass through the trees. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.